Hi folks, today we are going to cover an extremely important question that is often asked in B school interviews. Why MBA? Now in this session we are not going to cover the trivial answers or what to say or how to answer this. No, we are not going to cover that. Instead, what we are focusing is some of the answers, some of the most common answers that often lead to rejection. Before showing you the answers, we would first like to thank our ex-students because it takes a lot of courage to come in front and say that I was rejected for this very reason. So thank you guys for sharing your experience. Let's proceed with this session. The very first experience is of Anupam. He said in his interview that he does not like programming. Now, at the very first sight, it looks a good answer because if you don't like the IT jobs, IT roles, that's why you are trying to switch your career path by using MBA. But the interview panel countered him by saying that did you even try finding off-campus jobs? They told him that had you had tried finding an off-campus job and pursued your career path in that job, it would be a much better alternative than doing MBA for you. So that is one of the reason why you should not convey that you don't like your current job. Now this is very common answer. We often tell our students to not to say that they are motivated by someone and that's why they want to pursue MBA. Our student Preetham told in the interview that he is motivated by his cousin brother who works in XYZ company. He also tried to uh, support his point by telling that it is a huge deal for their family. But if we think from the interviewer's perspective, they also know that motivation is often short-lived and that's why it is not considered as a valid answer. The third experience is of Rakhi. She told in her interview that she is interested in sales. Now at the very first sight, even I thought that this is a good answer and it is a valid answer. For some reason, I tried contacting my senior who is a professor at XLRI and he told me a completely different perspective regarding this answer. What he told me is that if you think from the perspective of the interview panel, it consists of professors who may be from finance department, from operations, from sales, from marketing. And if you say that I'm interested in just sales, now what could happen is that you might get placement in the first year and after that you won't be even attending a single class. So that is something which shows why you should not be selected as an MBA student, because they are professors, they want you to have the learning mentality, and this clearly shows that you might not be attending the classes and you might not be interested in learning other subjects as well. So this is not a good appropriate answer. Finally, this is by Avinav. What Avinav told that he is interested in XYZ company as a business manager or some kind of role. Again, we have to think from the perspective of the interviewers. Interviewers know it very clearly that B schools are not placement agencies. They are not placement hub who is there to get you placed to some XYZ company. They are there to teach you, to make you learn, and that's why B schools are for. So if you go there with a learning aptitude, with a learning attitude, it enhances your probability of being selected. But if you go there with a goal in mind that you want to work in XYZ company, it does not show your learning attitude, and that's why it is not a good answer. Finally, I'd like to tell you that we at groupdiscussion.co provide mock group discussions and interviews that help you prepare even before the spotlight is beamed on the interview table. One more thing is that you might have this idea of preparing for MBA interviews after your CAT examination is over. Now, this is a very bad approach according to me, because interviews and GDPI is not something that you can develop in 2 to 3 weeks. It is a lifelong habit which needs to be inculcated. That's why we would suggest you to start your preparation from day one, from right now. Now, one more thing is that you can use my coupon code GDPI, which would give you a discount of 15% in any of the services, group discussion or interview services at groupdiscussion.co. Thank you very much and all the best for your upcoming interviews.